Today, we're going to talk about something really interesting. What happens when your financial life shifts from being a source of constant noise to a source of quiet, steady support?
You know, it often starts with this feeling you can barely put your finger on. There's just a moment.
It's not some big dramatic event. It's not a lottery win or anything like that. No, it's usually really subtle.
And in that quiet moment, you realize the pressure's just eased up. Something deep down has actually shifted in how you relate to money. It's not running the show anymore.
So what does this shift actually feel like? Well, it's about moving away from this impossible goal of trying to control every little thing and moving towards something way more powerful. Just a sense of steadiness.
To really get what this feeling is, it helps to look at what it isn't. It's not that constant mental chatter, right? Where you're trying to interpret every single market move, reacting to every news headline, or just endlessly checking your accounts hoping for good news. When money gets quiet, it stops being the loud, bossy narrator of your day.
And I think this is so interesting. Look at what we're often told to chase. Excitement, absolute certainty, total control. But what if the real destination, the real win, is something calmer? What if it's just steadiness? That's a huge reframing of what we should even be aiming for.
And this quote, this is the whole idea right here. The point is to build a financial system that's strong enough to handle life's curveballs. Because when the system holds, you don't have to. Your mind gets a break.
Okay, so how do you actually get this feeling of steadiness? That brings us to the mechanics of it all. And it's not about finding some perfect magic strategy. It's about designing a system that has a little bit of forgiveness built in.
We can call these quiet systems. And here's the key thing to understand about them. They don't get rid of risk, because let's be real, nothing can. What they do instead is they distribute it. They spread it out so that one bad break doesn't bring the whole house down.
And this is such a critical distinction. A quiet system isn't promising you a world with no uncertainty. It's not going to require you to make the perfect decision every single time. Instead, look at what it does do. It makes uncertainty livable, it makes you less fragile, and maybe most importantly, it forgives you for being a normal human who's going to make mistakes.
So, if you've built a system like this, how do you even know if it's working? Well, the proof isn't just about the numbers in your account. The real barometer is your own behavior.
Yeah, you can actually see the change in yourself. You just find you're not checking your portfolio constantly. And when the market inevitably dips, you don't have that same knee-jerk emotional reaction. There's less pressure on every single choice you make. Now, decisions still matter, of course, but they feel lighter. You're making them from a place of calm instead of a place of panic.
And what's funny is, from the outside, this might just look like you're disengaged or like you don't care anymore. But that's not what's happening at all. It's actually the result of really smart design. The system you built is now carrying the weight that your mind used to have to carry all on its own.
So this brings us to the final piece of the puzzle, the destination. What is the actual point of all of this? What's the real goal of building this kind of financial life?
I mean, after all this work, designing systems, shifting our whole mindset, what were we actually trying to do here?
And there it is. That's the whole ballgame. The objective was never to become some master of the universe who can predict the future and control everything. Nope, the real goal was way simpler. To get to a place where money and all the anxiety that comes with it is no longer managing you.
When you get there, money finally finds its proper place. It goes from being this loud, stressful thing that's always competing for your attention and your energy to being this quiet, steady foundation that just supports the life you actually want to live.
So, what do you do with all this? Well, the idea here isn't to give you a big to-do list. It's actually the opposite. For right now, there's nothing to do. Just notice. Take a second and just think, what part of your own life already feels a little bit lighter? Start there.